Welcome back to Skytech-Lens. For decades, the United States reigned supreme in the global corn market, its fields stretching for miles across the heartland, producing more corn than any other nation on Earth. This abundance was not just a matter of pride, it was a vital engine for the American economy, fueling industries from food production to biofuels, and supporting millions of jobs across rural communities. Year after year, a river of golden grain flowed from these fields, filling silos and shipping containers destined for markets around the globe. American corn became a staple in countless products, from breakfast cereals to livestock feed, and its influence reached far beyond U.S. borders. American corn was a symbol of agricultural dominance and a cornerstone of the U.S. economy, representing not just prosperity, but also innovation and resilience in the face of changing times. However, the foundations of this empire are now cracking. Climate change has brought unpredictable weather, from devastating droughts to relentless floods, threatening yields and farmer livelihoods. The global marketplace is being reshaped by powerful forces. Emerging exporters, shifting trade alliances, and new consumer expectations are all rewriting the rules of the game. Today, the challenges facing American corn exporters are more complex than ever. Farmers and traders must navigate a maze of tariffs, regulations, and fluctuating demand, all while trying to maintain profitability. It's no longer enough to offer the lowest price. Buyers are looking for reliability, transparency, and added value in every shipment. A new set of demands, centered on sustainability and food safety, is rewriting trade rules. International customers want assurances that their corn is grown responsibly, with minimal environmental impact and strict quality controls. Buyers are more discerning, creating openings for competitors offering more than just volume. Countries like Brazil and Ukraine are stepping up, investing in technology and marketing to capture a bigger share of the market. Domestic pressures and external shocks, like trade wars, pandemics, and extreme weather, have created a volatile environment, making it harder for American farmers to plan for the future. The model that propelled the U.S. to the top is now questioned by key customers, who are demanding more accountability and innovation from their suppliers. The story of American corn is about adaptation in the face of mounting challenges. Farmers are turning to advanced technology, data-driven agriculture, and sustainable practices to stay competitive. The old certainties have vanished, replaced by a complex web of considerations, environmental, economic, and political, that shape every decision from planning to export. The golden age of U.S. corn dominance is under siege, forcing a strategic rethink at every level of the industry. The future will belong to those who can innovate, collaborate, and respond to a rapidly changing world. The industry must adapt to survive in this new era, embracing change, investing in sustainability, and finding new ways to connect with global markets. The shifting sands of the corn market demand nothing less. American farmers are caught in a punishing economic vice. The forecast for the 2025 harvest projects another record-breaking year, creating a glut that pushes prices down. This abundance contributes to financial strain, making it hard to profit. Production costs are climbing, creating a perfect storm of financial pressure. Rising costs of diesel, fertilizer, and labor, along with higher interest rates, burden farmers. Demand offers little relief, with uneven and inconsistent exports. Global competition is heating up, adding more supply to the market. The path forward is fraught with uncertainty for American farmers. Mexico, a key U.S. corn customer, has long relied on American corn imports to help feed its population and support its agricultural sector. The relationship between the two countries has been mutually beneficial for decades, with billions of dollars in corn traded each year. But now, Mexico finds itself at the center of a heated trade dispute over genetically modified corn, or GM corn, which is widely grown in the United States, but remains controversial in Mexico. In 2023, the Mexican government announced a plan to phase out GM corn for human consumption, citing not only health concerns but also the importance of preserving native corn varieties and cultural heritage. This move sparked widespread protests and passionate debate across the country. The United States, seeing this as a threat to its agricultural exports, challenged Mexico's decision under the USMCA, the trade agreement that replaced NAFTA. In 2024, a panel ruled in favor of the U.S., stating that Mexico's ban violated the terms of the agreement. However, Mexico was quick to respond. Lawmakers introduced a constitutional amendment banning the planting of GM corn within Mexican borders, reframing the issue as one of national sovereignty and the right to self-determination. This legal maneuver allowed Mexico to comply with the USMCA ruling on imports, while still advancing its goal of limiting the influence of GMOs on its food system and protecting its agricultural traditions. For now, Mexico continues to import US GM corn for livestock feed, which is not covered by the human consumption ban. Yet, the ongoing debate signals a growing desire within Mexico to reduce its dependency on foreign, genetically modified crops. The standoff has created a climate of uncertainty, straining the trust that has long existed between the two trading partners and making future negotiations more complicated. U.S. exporters, who depend on the Mexican market for a significant portion of their sales, are now questioning the long-term reliability of their biggest customer and considering how to adapt if the market shifts. The situation remains complex, with political leaders, scientists, and advocacy groups on both sides continuing to debate the safety, ethics, and economic impact of GMOs. Mexico's unwavering commitment to its position demonstrates a deep-seated resolve to protect its food sovereignty and cultural identity, even in the face of international pressure. The conflict highlights the ongoing challenge of balancing international trade relationships with the need to respect national interests, public health, and cultural values. For the United States, maintaining its dominant position in the global corn market will require careful diplomacy and a willingness to adapt to changing demands from key partners like Mexico. The outcome of this standoff will not only affect the future of corn trade between the U.S. and Mexico, but could also set a precedent for how agricultural disputes are handled across North America. As both countries navigate this evolving landscape, the standoff underscores the need for strategic adaptation, innovation, and open dialogue in the face of rapidly changing global demands. Canada is carving out a competitive advantage by focusing on quality, transparency, and sustainability. This strategy allows them to command a green premium, attracting markets prioritizing environmental criteria. Canadian exporters use advanced traceability systems to provide verifiable assurances about their grain. This transparency de-risks purchasing decisions for importers facing strict regulations. The ability to provide clean, comprehensive paperwork quickly is a significant competitive edge. This contrasts with the U.S. system, designed for speed and bulk handling. Canada's investment in traceability and sustainability captures high-value market segments. The approach highlights the importance of adapting to new market demands. Traceability and identity preservation are now critical components of a winning export strategy. These systems track food through all production stages, ensuring specific traits are maintained. Demand is driven by stricter food safety and environmental laws worldwide. Importers need detailed traceability to prove compliance with legal requirements. Consumer preferences for transparency compel importers to source grains with verifiable identities. Traceability and IP are powerful risk management tools, allowing quick recalls in case of issues. These capabilities build long-term trusted partnerships in a complex global market. The global corn market faces geopolitical and logistical turbulence. New U.S. tariffs and retaliatory threats create a high-risk environment for buyers. Importers diversify sources, moving away from long-term U.S. contracts. Trade policy volatility impacts disputes like the GM corn ban with Mexico. Nationalist factions in Mexico use trade tensions to support the ban. Logistics challenges add expense and unpredictability to transactions. Smooth customs clearance is a significant advantage in this environment. Exporters providing perfect paperwork help importers mitigate shipping risks. The situation underscores the need for strategic adaptation in trade practices. The U.S. remains a formidable force in the global corn market, consistently ranking as one of the world's largest exporters. Each year, millions of tons of American corn are shipped overseas, fueling economies and feeding populations around the globe. Top destinations for U.S. corn include Mexico, Japan, China, Colombia, and South Korea. These countries rely heavily on U.S. corn to support their livestock industries, food production, and manufacturing sectors. However, buyer loyalty is never guaranteed and must be continually re-earned through reliability, quality, and trust. Transactions now require extensive documentation, including detailed trait declarations and proof of origin, to satisfy increasingly strict import regulations. Even minor mistakes in paperwork or compliance can lead to shipment rejections, which can be catastrophic for exporters, resulting in financial losses and damaged reputations. Buyers now demand comprehensive testing panels for chemical residues, mycotoxins, and other contaminants, ensuring the corn meets their country's health and safety standards. Exporters must provide laboratory certificates and test results that prove compliance with local and international standards, often under tight deadlines. Sustainability attestations are also becoming standard requirements as global buyers increasingly prioritize environmentally responsible sourcing. Importers seek proof of sustainable production practices, such as reduced pesticide use, water conservation, and soil health management. In this fast-paced environment, compliance speed is a competitive weapon in securing contracts and building long-term relationships. Exporters who deliver proof quickly and efficiently have a distinct advantage, often winning repeat business and preferred status. The evolving market demands constant adaptation, as exporters must stay ahead of new buyer expectations, regulatory changes, and global trends. To maintain its market position, the U.S. must navigate this complex landscape with agility, innovation, and a commitment to quality at every step. Contracts are no longer won on price alone. Proof and trust are now key. Importers prioritize securing the safest, most reliable supply chain. The U.S. grain export system must adapt to provide verification and visibility. Competitors like Canada have adapted, capturing high-value market segments. The green premium is for assurance, reduced risk, and regulatory peace of mind. U.S. exporters must adapt to provide proof of safe, compliant, and sustainable production. Investing in digital platforms and robust supply chains is crucial. Global buyers demand data and proof to earn their trust. Those who meet this demand will thrive in the evolving market. The U.S. must adapt to maintain its competitive edge. The global corn market stands at a crossroads with an uncertain path forward. The tension between high-volume agriculture and sustainable food sources reshapes trade. The U.S. must adapt to meet demands for traceability and identity preservation. Significant investment and a departure from established practices are required. Trading partners like Mexico face questions of sovereignty and security. Mexico must balance protecting native maize with its need for imported grain. The outcome will set a precedent for other nations grappling with similar issues. Consumers must consider the kind of food system they want. Choices made in agriculture and trade will shape the future of food systems. The evolving landscape demands strategic adaptation from all stakeholders. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates.